I've got a confession to make, which is that I am a pretty jealous person and it gets in my way. And so hopefully this may empower you to understand if you have the same issue, because it's a big obstacle. So what I mean by that is that every time in my life when I found someone that I was like, oh, I love what they're doing, I would love to be able to do what they do. A lot of times I end up resenting that person. Didn't do it with what's his name from Randy Rhoads from Ozzy Osbourne's band, started playing guitar, right? I didn't do it with Deepak Chopra for some reason. I want to be able to speak like that guy, and actually ended up going to acupuncture school and wrote a book and all that stuff. Never ended up speaking on that, but I had actually a resentment against Andrew Weil for some reason, but not Deepak Chopra. I don't know why. It's weird, but these things always happen. Okay, so I've done this also with Tony Robbins. I've done it with Huberman. I've done it with Joe Rogan. Probably other people I'm not even thinking of right now. But what happens is someone's really popular or successful in the way that I want to be popular or successful. And I figure that if they're succeeding and I'm not, then they're faking it or there's something wrong with them or whatever. It's just, honestly don't really know what the mechanism is in there, but I do know that it keeps me from becoming the person that I want to be. So when I look at, say, Huberman, and I'm like, man, he uses all that research and that science, and he's doing personal growth, and I'm into that stuff too. Like, why can't I be that successful? The simple answer is you haven't spent like thousands of hours creating hundreds of episodes consistently on a podcast, right? He's got a background, I've got a background, but he's done all that work and I haven't. Same with Joe Rogan. I'm like, oh, well, he's not funny and he's just a steroid monkey or whatever it is. I'm just like, why is he so popular? Because he's put a lot of time and effort into it, right? And I haven't. And so instead of looking at my foibles there, I just like project that anger with myself at somebody else. That's not productive. So I had this realization finally that every time I am jealous or resentful of somebody, it is just a signpost for me that I need to look at myself. I need to look at, okay, why am I not podcasting consistently? Why am I not doing this stuff with science that I want to do? Why am I not networking with people and having great conversations like I would love to? And I have to ask myself that question and really look at myself. And one of two things is going to happen. I'm either going to say, you know what, I just don't really want to do all that stuff. So I need to adjust my expectations. And it's cool that they achieved what they achieved because they did what they did. And I'm not doing that much work. I'm not doing all that stuff consistently. So they deserve it. I don't. Right. And that's fair. Or I can say, you know what, I'm going to work towards that. I do want to do that kind of work. I want to work towards that kind of work. Right. And then hold myself accountable to actually get that done in the form of maybe doing podcasts like this. Because for me, it's partly about personal growth. Always wanted to be more, do more, achieve more, get more, not like in a, I don't know what's the word, not in a greedy way, but because I want to experience more out of life. I want to have those experiences. And I have, like, I've gone and I wanted to be a speaker. So I went to Toastmasters. I started doing stand-up comedy. And then eventually all that and my business growth led me doing keynote speaking, funny keynote speaking, which is a combination of two worlds I love, which is comedy and then serious business stuff. So I've done that. And I'm not going to be egotistical, but there may be people that know me or look at me and they're jealous or resentful of me, as they should be. I'm awesome. I'm just kidding. It would be, I would hate for that to happen because I would want them to just come talk to me and I can help them. I don't know if that's the way that Huberman or Rogan or any of these other guys feel about it. But what I've done to deal with that jealousy is I'll listen to Huberman with an open mind. I'll listen to Rogan. I'll listen to Tony Robbins. I'm like, wow, they all three of them have good stuff to say. I don't agree with everything. We're all different people. But by being open to that, I can realize, wow, I was wrong. And I was also cutting out a whole bunch of information and enlightenment that can come from these people that I'm jealous of just because I haven't, because I think I deserve to be them without doing the work, which is stupid, right? But this is the kind of inner reflection that's always been instrumental to me at least for the last 30 years. I'm 50 now. And I started doing this kind of thing in my 20s. Haven't always done it consistently. And obviously, stuff keeps coming up. Sometimes you keep working on the same things over and over. That's fine. It's just part of the deal. And here's another thing: you're never going to stop learning. You're never going to stop growing, which means you're never going to stop making mistakes. And for me, I always end up learning something and going, I can't believe I just learned that when I was 50. First thing is, did you really learn it? Because sometimes you have to learn it 5 times before it really changes. But secondly, like, why shouldn't I still be? Why should I have already learned everything at 30 or 40 or whatever? I don't know. Maybe when we create the Hollywood screenplays about great people, it can look like they were always perfect or they never have any problems or whatever. But let's not compare our insides to their outsides. And before I say any more cliches, I think I'm just going to cut this one short. It's a cute little episode from a cute little guy, only 5'6". I just hope that's helpful for you. Next time that you find yourself jealous of someone or resentful, ask yourself these 2 questions. Number one, what do I want that they have? And do I really want to do the work that it takes to get there? And I got to say too, it's foolish. Like, I would never be jealous of Joel Embiid or Shaq because I can never do what they do. Like, it's never going to happen. Physically, it's not in the cards, right? But the point being that sometimes you're going to be jealous and resentful of people. It's not going to make any sense. It's not even about you not looking at yourself. I believe we're capable of more than we think, and we should push ourselves. But hey, man, if I can't sing like the guy from Queen, sometimes I can't think of names. So be it. It's not my thing. I can't do everything. I can't become everything as much as I would love to, because I just want to have the full human experience as much as I can. That is it. Hope you enjoy that. If you have any questions or thoughts, please comment on the video. Tell me you liked it. Tell me it was useful. Tell me I'm crazy, that you don't like me, you don't like my hair, whatever. You're jealous of my hair. That's fine. Are you willing to do what it takes to get hair like this? I don't think so. All right. Wish you the best wherever you are, whatever you're doing.